Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a Divine Masculine reading for the week of September 10th through the 17th, and we will just get into it. So the first card I pulled was the Empress. So this is the weekly lesson for you guys. And that lesson is to be in a state of unconditional love, abundance, fertility, because the Empress is the energy of overflow. She is Venus. Venus can basically get anything she wants. So this is the need to get into that energy of having an overflow of abundance, an overflow of love, an overflow of experiences that feel your soul. The obstacles with this lesson, I pulled the King of Pentacles and I pulled the Tower. So what I was getting from this set of cards was that there's been a shift because the Tower is all about sudden changes, correct? So the King of Pentacles, there could have been a decrease in pay. Maybe you were going for a promotion and you didn't get it at work. This can be maybe your roommate all of a sudden is moving and now you're stuck with all the bills. It can be like a sudden, like having to suddenly fix your car for a lot more money than you originally saw or thought. So those are just like a few examples of what that could look like. But because the King of Pentacles is, a boss. He has money. He's got his shit saved up, put to the side. And then the Tower is sudden changes. So sudden changes in finances. So that could be having to dip into your savings unannounced, basically. With that also means that there is this underlining tone of insecurity, of feeling unsafe, maybe even unsafe in your own body, because Pentacles is also earth energy. So yeah, just not feeling stable right now in life. So the outcome and kind of how to deal with this, I pulled the Seven of Wands, and then I pulled the Five of Wands. So with what I was getting from this is there's been an energy coming off of the Divine Masculine for a need to prove yourself to coworkers, to prove yourself to people who have doubted you in the past, friends that maybe didn't really believe in your dreams or passions, maybe even proving yourself amongst other suitors to a certain girl that you're interested in or whatever have you. But those are just kind of examples of this energy I'm getting. But it is this need to prove yourself, and how to overcome it is starting to ask yourself why. Why do you feel you need to prove yourself? Why do you feel you need to prove your value and self-worth? Because the Empress, mind you, the lesson of this weekly spread is the type of energy where she's a boss bitch. She doesn't need to say shit to anybody. She doesn't need to prove herself to anybody because she just is. She just is in her wholeness. But the Empress doesn't prove herself to anyone. She doesn't need to. So asking yourself, why do you feel that? Why do you feel like you need to prove yourself? And who are you trying to prove yourself to? What does their opinion really truly matter to you? And why does it matter to you? So asking yourself some difficult questions. And the outcome of the reading, I got the High Priestess. So once again, those asking of questions, because that's kind of the High Priestess energy, is coming to her to ask the correct questions and be open to hearing what those answers are. And then we also have the Justice card. So I was picking up that, obviously this Friday the 13th, we have the Pisces full moon. So the High Priestess energy is so abundant during this time. So I really feel that maybe doing meditations or journaling, maybe even a bath meditation if you feel called to, and ask the moon energy, ask the High Priestess archetype energy, why do I feel I need to prove myself? Why do I have such a hard time living in abundance? Why do I have such a hard time getting out of survival mode? Why do I always feel so competitive? And ultimately, the answer to a lot of these questions is, well, what do you think of yourself? What do you value yourself as? Do you see yourself in your highest vibration? Do you love yourself in your highest vibration and in your wholeness through the good and the bad? you know, because a lot of these questions stem from that. And that's the Empress energy, that self-nourishment, that needing nourishment. But to bring it into that justice energy of balance, to feel safe, because if you pay attention, the justice is covered in red. That is the root chakra. That's where we feel safe and secure within ourselves and in our lives. And to be in that Empress energy of overflowing crops and abundance, we have to feel safe within ourselves, in our bodies, in our lives, in our, you know, relationships. So it's asking the right questions and being open to the answers to balance this out. Because this is it starts within. Everything outside of yourself doesn't mean shit. Simple as that. It doesn't mean shit if you don't feel good about yourself. If you're not in love with yourself, nothing in your life will feel good or be good, you know, or it can be good, but it's not gonna fulfill you. So it's that needing of self-nourishment, because the Empress knows how to give to herself. She doesn't seek for somebody outside of herself to give her what she wants, because she already fucking has it and she knows she has it. And that's what the weekly lesson is how can you know that you have it? How can you have that? How can you have that self-love, that confidence, that stability and safety within your own body to manifest to your external world? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. As simple as I can put it. So I did pull 2 more cards from my cosmic reading deck, which are just like oracle cards. So the first card I pulled was patience. So having patience with yourself, because these questions that you're going to be asking on Friday or whenever you feel called to, don't let me put you on a deadline or anything, but it would definitely be potent energy to tap into it this Friday. But having patience with yourself, asking these questions, being open to the answers. The answers may come from an Instagram post or scrolling on Twitter. Like, be open-minded to how you receive them. The answers can come from a conversation with a friend, and then it's like, oh my gosh, wow, that's why I do that. Or that's why I feel I need validation from people. Or that's why I feel consistently competitive and having to prove my self-worth. Just be patient with yourself. Because these questions aren't easy to ask. And sometimes the answer isn't easy to receive. Sometimes the answer will come, you know, a week later after you've asked that question. Sometimes it might come immediately, or sometimes it might come months later. However and whenever it comes, just be open-minded to it. And then the last card I pulled was Unconditional Love. So this ties back into the Empress energy and this justice, because once you're in a vibration and in a state of unconditional love, that balances out the scales. That brings you back into harmony within yourself. And then that self-harmony, that inner harmony, exudes and spills over into your external life. So that means your work, your relationships, your creative ideas and projects, you know, whatever that may be for you, it's going to be full and fulfilling because you're fulfilled within yourself. So yeah. I hope that you guys have a gorgeous week ahead of yourselves, Divine Masculine, and I hope you have a beautiful full moon in Pisces, and that these questions come to you and answers come to you with ease and grace. I am still available for distance Reiki sessions and tarot readings, so if you guys are interested in that, I will leave my prices below, and you can DM me on any of my social media accounts, and yeah. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.